rugby team, and they've scored 24, 17, and 25 points in the 7th, 8th, and 9th game. And then we're interested in their mean points per game for after 9 games and after the first 6 games. So first of all, I'm going to look at the games 1 to 6. And I'm just going to say they get X points in total. I don't know how many per game, but that's not going to matter. And then in game 7, they get 24, game 8, 17, and game 9, 25. We're interested in the smallest number of points they could score in their 10th game, so I'm going to label that Y. Right, now the information we're given is that their mean points per game was higher after 9 games than it was after the first 6 games. So let's work out the mean after 9 games. It's going to be the sum after 6 games, then plus 24, plus 17, plus 25. And divide all of that by the total number of games, 9. And then we're told that that is higher than after the first 6 games, which the mean is x over 6. So I've created an equation, just need to deal with that now. So if I add these up, I'm going to get 24 plus 25 is 49, 59, it's going to be 66. So x plus 66 over 9 is greater than x over 6. So I can now cross multiply essentially. Actually, I could times through by 3, which cancels this down to 3 and this to 2. Then it'll be a bit easier to cross multiply. I'm going to get 2x plus 132 is greater than 3x, which means x is going to be less than 132. Okay, brilliant. Now, to make the mean as big as possible, ready to exceed 22 in the 10th game, we want to make x as big as possible. So the maximum x is then going to be 131. And just out of interest, what does this leave us? It leaves us 131 over 6 after 6 games, which is going to be 21 and remainder 5, so 21 and 5 over 6. Right, so now let's have a look at, we want the number of points in the 10th game to, the number of points scored in the 10th game for the mean number to exceed 22. So now we can take our x plus 66, so require x, but x is now 131, so 131 plus 66 plus y over 10 to be greater than 22, which means 197 plus y has to be greater than 220. Exceed means it can't equal 22, by the way, it's actually got to be bigger. And then y is going to have to be bigger than 23. So the lowest y is going to equal 24. And that is our answer, C. Now on the answers, they do it slightly differently. They don't maximize x at this point. Instead, they take the 131. Wait, not the 131. They take x, and then they add 66 and y, and divide by 10. Say that is greater than 22, which means x plus y plus 66 is greater than 220. So x plus y is going to be greater than, we have to subtract. Hold on, what am I doing here? Messing up my subtraction. Okay, 154. So then y is going to be greater than 154 minus x. And at this point, it's clear that we need to make x as, because we want to make y as small as possible, we need to make x as big as possible, and that's where the 131 would come in. So it's just a slightly different take on it. if you don't, I kind of think it's more complicated. So I think at this point it was for me quite intuitive that x, we had to make x as big as possible to get the biggest possible mean essentially. But if you don't see that and you want to work for it algebraically and more general condition to be fair, then you can get to this and then use the fact that x has to be as big as possible. All right, well done on this question.